Today I am uploading the lecture on types of sampling. There are two basic types of sampling: probability sampling or random sampling, and non-probability sampling or non-random sampling. Let's have a look what is a probability sampling. Probability sampling is a technique in which the researcher chooses the sample from a larger population using a method based on theory of probability. Actually, what is probability? Probability means chance of selection. In this case, you assign some definite chance to every unit in the population to be selected in the sample. In this case, every unit has some pre-assigned chance. That chance can be equal or not equal depending on the case of the sampling. But actually, in this case, every unit has some pre-assigned chance or probability for selection. For example, a teacher wants to send 10 students out of 40 students to some trip. In case of probability sampling, he will assign chances to every student to be selected and to go to the trip. For example, there are 40 students. He assigned every student equal chance, and every student will have 1/40 chance to be selected. Then he put their name in a jar on a chits, and then placed all those chits in some jar, and then randomly select 10 students. In this case, every student will have some chance that is equal in this case, and every student will be selected by using a method of probability sampling. Probability sampling is also called random sampling. Always remember that in probability sampling, there is some predefined chance or probability of being selected. जैसे अगर हम इसको एक्सप्लेन करना चाहें कि प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग में हर एक को कोई ना कोई चांस ज़रूर मिलेगा. इक्वल भी मिल सकता है, अनइक्वल भी मिल सकता है. इक्वल इस तरह के सबको इक्वल टीचर चांस दे दे, और अनइक्वल इस तरह कि लेट्स सपोज कि वो जो टीचर है वो चाह रहा है कि जिसके 80% से ज़्यादा मार्क्स हैं उन्हें ज़्यादा चांस मिले, और जो बाकी क्लास है उन्हें थोड़ा सा लेस चांस मिले. तो दिस कैन ऑल्सो बी डन इन केस ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी sampling. What he will do, he will assign 2 chances to the students which have marks greater than 80%, and one chance to the remaining students. So in probability sampling, every unit has some predefined chance that can be equal or not equal, but there are chances, and every unit has the chance to be selected. It is also called random sampling. Non-probability sampling is based on personal expertise. This is not based on probability. The person selects the sample on basis of his own choice. For example, I have given you example of the teacher. Let's suppose a teacher wants to send 10 students to a trip. In this case, he selects the students on his own judgment, for let's suppose on the basis of their co-curricular activities or their academic records, but he doesn't give chances to all the class. He just select 10 students on the basis of his personal judgment, expertise, some quota, whatever. But if the selection is not based on the probability, it is based on some personal judgment or expertise or experience, then this kind of sampling is known as non-probability sampling. Remember, in statistics, if you want to conclude or draw valid results, you have to use probability sampling. Non-probability sampling is applied in many cases, but this is not used for statistical analysis, for further development of research, of theory or research. For generations of proper results, we have to rely on probability sampling, but still non-probability sampling is very widely used. For example, in case of job interview, you cannot assign chances to every candidate and then select randomly. You have to use some common logic or expertise in this case. Okay, then after these two broad types, there are two further subtypes. They can be used with both cases for with for probability and non-probability, both cases. These two subtypes are sampling with replacement and sampling without replacement. With replacement means to replace. In this type of sampling, a unit is selected, observed, and returned to the population before selection of the next unit. In this case, just we select the unit, note its value, and put it back to the population. Then, next time before selection of the next unit, that unit is returned to the population. For example, if I have 10 balls in the bag, I just select one ball, note its color, and put it back to the bag. This kind of sampling will be sampling with replacement. In this case, the unit can appear more than once in the sample. Zahira, when you are replacing your sample, you can have it back or again in the next row. So one unit can appear more than once in the sample, and sample size can be greater than the population size. Obviously, if there are 10 balls in the bag and you are noting the color and returning it back, so you can select even 100 balls from that bag because you are returning it back. Okay. Sampling without replacement is a type of sampling in which unit is selected, observed, and not returned to the population. Let's suppose there are 10 balls in the bag. I have selected a ball, I have noted it is black, and I have thrown it out of the bag. Then I select the next ball. The next ball, the remaining balls will be 9. Now the next ball will be selected out of the remaining 9. Then I select it, check its color, and throw it out. So if we don't replace our units back to the population, then sampling is said to be without replacement. In this case, a unit can appear only once in the sample. Definitely, if it is observed and thrown out, then it cannot come back again in the sample. Okay, the sample size cannot be greater than the population size. This is quite obvious. When you are removing your units, then you cannot exceed your sample size from the population size.